a fundraiser for him. Ayub told me he went to the funeral, to the janazah, and the Imam came from New York and had the janazah, and he didn't collect a dime. It was 3,000 people there. If they'd have gave $10 each, that could have been $30,000. He didn't do it. He could have collected, I don't know how much money for the family. His wife was from Tanzania, and they sent her back. She used to call me all the time. First call I got from her was when she was still here. She said, my husband has no gravestone. So I said, how much money do you need for a gravestone? So I just sent it to her right away. You know, because the Negroes here, they didn't do nothing. This is one of their homeboys. They didn't do nothing. Building a dream of Islamic independence, no matter what thing you run across, this word dream, our vision for the future, but independence. There's no sense having a dream and you're dependent on somebody else for its fulfillment, which they're not going to do. Islamic Institute for Counter-Zionist American Psychological Warfare. Boy, look at here. The Zionists didn't like this. This 2016 letter from IRS. I wrote them a letter, told me to send me the read thing for our, our paperwork and everything, and our tax ID number. All that's on here. Yeah, I could give a copy of this if anybody needs it. And what did they do? They gave all of our stuff to the Negroes out there. There won't be you can see it ain't no problem with winning. Letter of introduction, this was a letter of introduction that we gave out some years ago. We will do another letter of introduction sometimes before Tuesday, inshallah. So that every night when we go out, we'll have a box with us, but we'll also be going just to visit all the centers and to get, look, by the time we have the Eid, everybody's going to know who we are over and over again. And they'll have to have an opinion. Either we like them or we don't. But they'll at least know who we are. And who's going to be able to not like somebody because we're standing up. Everything we're standing up for is what they wish they had the courage to stand up for, you know.
Yeah, that's the feel like, Muslims, most of them, they walk by, they see us, they feel good to see us, but they don't see themselves doing it.
No, they don't see them, but see, that's our job, is to help people along. If you know what the disease is, then you have to develop a formula of medicine, how often you administer the medicine, what the dosages are and what have you, and then allow time. Because the medicine will help a lot of the problem, but you have to give the medicine time to work. So that's what we're doing with the people, honoring our martyrs. This is 2010, man, that is 12 years ago. That's 12 years ago. Nobody did nothing about Imam Jamil. In fact, they stole his community and everything else. Why haven't we gotten involved in that right now? Is because we got to do this, and we got to hopefully get big enough to get him out of the prison house. Masjid al-Islam, vision statement, and our vision of the future. You could tell these little lines here, that mean That means we cut this out right here and did another. Yeah, because see, in Oakland, we didn't have, you don't have a typist, you don't have all of those things you need. So we just took some of our old flyers and made a new one, put a new date on there, you know what I mean? And cut the dates out of other stuff because the dates you can see going like this a little bit. This is 2015, got a dot here, you know. But what the heck? We got the stuff out. So that means that we're not locked in with perfection. We're locked in with getting the job done. And no matter what happens, it don't make no difference what they do. We're gonna do what we believe Allah wants us to do during this period. Another fundraising luncheon, another. This is one of our favorites. How to punk the FBI, you know, front and back. And it's got all the hadith and everything to go with it. But we was making fun of the feds, and they haven't came by and said, you talk about us, man. No, they come by. We just want to talk to you. They were like nice guys, you know. This is Mr. Mandela. We having a program over there in South Africa, and the Zionists get to him. Mandela acts as host to men of terror. That's why it says lies, damn lies. That's what Mandela said. That's when we had our big program in South Africa. Mandela said, them people talking to me, he says, open door policy. He said, we're welcome. And what they saying is a bunch of damn lies. I can show this now. This is one of our friends that just called in the other day. This is when he first got out of prison, and we was in Algeria together. This is from 15 years ago, at least, 2006, 15 to 16 years. Forgotten hero. If we're talking about he was forgotten then, imagine what they've done now. It's as though as he don't exist. Okay. But see, so we got a lot of stuff to do. And this is a person that we hold dear, so we got to get big and help get him out of the penitentiary because he's not a teenager. Technically, he's older than I am. I don't look to be around, well, I'll say another 25 years, but that's not, that you don't get a card, a guarantee, a certificate for that say, yeah, you got another 25 years. You might have 2 years, you might have 35 years, you may have, but you don't know that. Anyway, nonviolent resistance, that's relatively new, but it's on the other side of letter to DC churches. The Great Recovery, psychological guerrilla warfare again has worked, and then we lay out how it has worked. That was for then, and it's on the other side of Oakland and the Islamic Revolution, Oakland and the American Islamic Revolution, Imam Jamil, Imam Luqman, and myself. Okay. All of that give you an idea of where we have been, but it also gives you an idea of where we have to go, and basically also how we're going to get there. As far as this fundraising stuff go, we're going to do it the old-fashioned way. We don't have to beg nobody. We just get out, and we do it over and over again, and it don't mean that it'll become a fundraising industry like CARE and all of those. But see, we design our flyers so that the people will see what we're trying to do, and inshallah, they will, I know by how they're already acting and where the Muslim mind is kind of settling, that this is the job they would like to see done. They just don't want to do it. And that's what we're going to tell them. No, we're going to do it. This is our job. Your job was not to come over here and jump on boss man. Your job is here. You go. Don't worry. You do what you got to do. Your children will come in later. Like the kids at the university now that are born here from immigrants. They in school, they've been taught that old rag, the Constitution. We have freedom, and they standing up. They saying, wait a minute. Their parents, they can't stand up because they are happy to be here. I mean, you'd have to live overseas sometime to see how happy they would be to be here, even in this crumbling decline. Okay. So no more silence or intimidation. We've never been silenced and we've never been intimidated. But we've been coasting along at our own buoyancy to do what we think is the right thing to do. So our immediate goal, we have to stand up for our brothers and sisters. Imagine now the Muslims, they don't stand up for the Muslims in Yemen. And remember, it's not only Yemen, but the Zionists and the Americans can do what they want to do. And they make the other people that they're killing seem like it's your fault that we have to kill you. We have to go invade your country and kill all the people, and you're making us do this because you're so bad. And remember now, we have to help the American people understand what they're doing. Because, see, you remember we'd go to those demonstrations, Black Lives Matter? All those kids, they don't know what's going on. If you look at them, you could tell that they're relatively innocent, want to be in the right place at the right time type people. Because anything that calls them out, oh, Black Lives Matter, they just get a little whiff of it and they said, we want to support that. See, all of them, they're not police. It's the one that managing it, they the police. They definitely police, you know. Okay. Also, you could see from all of those things that there's a lot of things going on below the surface and up near the surface that a lot of people are not aware of. They're just not aware of. They wouldn't be aware that we went out there 7 or 8 times talking about teach-ins and what people should do. And the people, as they walk by hearing it, especially when they would have to stop and listen, they thought that that's reasonable. But the people handling the demonstration, they wouldn't do none of that. Have a teach-in to teach, okay, here we are now. Here's how we got here. Here's what we do while we're here. Here's where we want to go. The minimum. They didn't do that. They didn't do that because the police was in charge of Black Lives Matter. And to prove it is that the people, remember how they just had to get Imam Musa on the video, you know, from overseas. And also my nephew, great nephew, he had to get, just had to have it. When I didn't do what they want, no more calls, no more nothing, finish. Because, see, if we do what they want, then they're controlling our direction. We might as well be asleep because they're going to send us in a way that's not healthy for our development. Okay, so number one, we're not going to put up with that. Number two, we're not going to let you isolate us and cut us off. I want you to imagine how paranoid the system and the Zionists are right today. Why? Because we're going to go out and we're going to be at every masjid. We'll go out, we'll have it a Maghrib Isha time, one masjid Maghrib, we'll zip over to another one for Isha, and we'll do it several times a week. So that when we come with boxes, or we might have boxes in, whatever we do, by the time Eid rolls around, we will have done several flyers and the people will be aware of who we are. And when we stand out there with a box, if these communities try to do something about it, the people are going to say, those are the same people that, they're anti-Zionist. And imagine how happy the Palestinians are, and